This is the ETBU Sportsnet. I'm Adam P. Ledyard here with head men's basketball coach Bert West. Coach, last week you go 2-0. You defeat Mary Hardin Baylor at home and also then go on the road to take on Belhaven and pull off a win there. Talk about the wins last week.
Well, if we're going to compete for a championship, this is the time of year you have to turn it on. Everybody's trying to make their move, and gosh, there's so much parity in the league. Just every victory is critical because anybody has got a chance every game. So it's good to win 2 in a row. And the Mary Hardin Baylor game naturally was a big game. They're a rival of ours, and over the years they had been getting the best of us, and so I think we've won 3 of the last 4 that we've played them, something along that line, and maybe 4 of the last 5. But anyway, it feels good to beat a quality team, and they certainly are one.
Talk about Saturday. You guys started off down 15-0 to Belhaven University, but come back and pull out the win. Talk about the grind of your team fighting back for the victory.
In the early stages of that situation, we weren't having much fun. That was not a fun thing to go in. And Belhaven has a pretty talented team, and I tell you, coming into the old American Southwest Conference is just difficult for people. It was difficult for us when we did it, and it's been difficult for everyone else that I've watched over the years try to come in and compete. The style of play in the conference, the toughness of the teams, and the good solid defense and fundamental play. Belhaven's a talented team, and they're 2-12 now, and the only 2 games they won were at home, and they're tough for everybody. But they've just got to learn how to win in our league, and they were desperate for a win. They wanted us, and when they jumped on us 15-0, like I said, we weren't having a very good time. But I tell you what, our team is not as good as we want to be yet, and our team is not. It doesn't play as smart as we want to play yet. But I tell you what, our team is tough. They are a team that I just love. They're a team like you've always wanted. Those kids are tough as boots, and they're getting mentally tougher. They're physically tough. And when we got down 15-0, and I think I called 2 timeouts during that stretch, and after the second timeout, we weren't quite doing what we wanted to do. That wasn't why we were behind so far, but you give credit to Belhaven. But we made a couple of adjustments and a couple of substitutions, and fell right exactly into our game plan. And, boy, the kids were just grinding, and we didn't make the lead up all at once. We got it back to 3 at halftime, and just really pleased. And, of course, they fought us really hard the first 5, 6, 7 minutes of the second half, but we – just seized control of the game and played very physical without fouling, and played smart offense, and we actually, you take away the first 7 minutes when we were 0 for 13 from the floor, and we shot about 55% for the game after that slow shooting start. So it was, as I looked back on it, I was really excited about getting behind like that. Gave our team an opportunity to show what they were made of, and it was very pleasing to me to think about it in retrospect.
This week you host Texas Dallas and Ozarks at home. Another 2 hard games in the American Southwest Conference. It doesn't get any easier. Talk about taking on these 2 teams here in Ornelas Gym.
Well, we're excited to play our old rival UT Dallas, and the rival seems to be coming out of our mouth all the time. But when you've been around as long as I have, everybody's your rival. And UT Dallas had been the kingpin in the league for a little while, and several years they've been so good. And when we were able to sort of displant them last year, and they didn't like that. They're used to being on top, and they're rated as a top defensive team in the conference. They're the top rebounding team in the conference. They're exceptionally good on offense, have a tremendous coach, and we're playing for first place. And so our kids are excited about that, and we're just going to try to treat it like a conference championship game. It's not quite, but we have to treat them all that way at this point, and it's a chance to be all alone in first place in the East Division, and that would be a good thing.
All right, Coach, thanks for talking to us today here on the ETBU Sportsnet.
Thanks, Adam.